as the #1 El Primo for last season. How are you doing today off the bean? Can I just call you Bean?
Yeah, he got me.
Let's say you've got a pro El Primo versus a pro Mortis. Equal skill. Which one wins over the other? Okay, that's good. I like that. Those are some good tips for some people first starting out with El Primo. I really like that. And I'm kind of wanting to go from that good level to that really great level, or even to that pro level. What tips do you have to me wanting to do that with my El Primo? Hello fellow brawlers, I'm KairosTime and it is time to brawl. Today we've got another special video for you, another #1 brawler interview for you guys. You guys like the Piper one so much. I had to bring on what I would probably say is the next hardest brawler to push competitively. I don't know, we'll see what Off the Bean has to say here as the #1 El Primo for last season. How are you doing today, Off the Bean?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good. Can I just call you Bean?
Yeah, he got me.
Or OTB? I don't know. Okay, I'm getting weird.
Bean's easier.
Let's just go on here. Okay, so we're gonna talk about El Primo. Last season, you ended you ended last season, but what was your highest total trophies for El Primo last season?
864.
He's a hard one to push. Once you get him past like 300 trophies, well, even getting up to 300 can be a little tricky because once people learn how to play against him, he's kind of tricky. So how you play a lot of different brawlers? You're not just like a one-trick wonder with El Primo. Yeah, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest brawler to push, how hard would you say it is to push El Primo competitively?
I would say like 8.
Okay. 8's pretty rough. Out of all of the brawlers then, so to give that a little bit of comparison, who would you say is the hardest brawler for you to push competitively?
The hardest brawler, I would say, is probably Penny.
Okay.
I feel like,
Yep, I can agree with that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off here. Let's say somebody just barely unlocked El Primo, or maybe they just are like, I'm not super great with El Primo, I haven't played with him very much. What would be your advice to somebody that is new to El Primo, that's really wanting to get pretty decent with El Primo, starting right off the bat?
Okay, so basically with El Primo, we're going to say it's Lambio, but like his best mode is Brawl Ball. Okay. So in Brawl Ball, people think that, oh, as Primo, you have to score the goal. That's your main goal. You use your super to score the goal. That's not just what you do. What you can also do is you could play very aggressive, where you pass the ball to your other teammates and you immediately jump on like a squishy brawler around like 3,000 health. That won't like two-shot you like Shelly.
Yeah, avoid Shellys.
Yeah, and then when you jump on them, you basically are close to your super, or can even get your super back. And it's better. You can also do jump on 2 people. That's much better. Or you could play conservative, where you get your super from hiding, not really hiding, but like staying near the walls, so you can like basically dodge the shot or like not get hit.
Okay.
And by staying near the walls, you can sneak up on them and get in their face, which can easily get your super. Another thing is, when attacking a brawler and you have the ball, you keep passing it right in their face, so they pass it back to you basically. So you just keep doing that back and forth, and you swipe up continuously to kill them. That's an easy way to get my super too.
Okay, I like that.
Then again, you want to use your super to score the goal. So what we could do is you pass the ball up one of the walls and you jump on that, which can either stun them, or even if it doesn't stun them, you can still shoot it in. Mm-hmm. There's different ways to score a goal, like with Primo.
Okay.
What I do the most is the inner walls on each map. I pass it to there and I just jump on that. So that's basically automatically go, because if there's anyone in the way, I still stun them and it still goes in.
Okay, so when you say inner walls, you're talking about like right in the middle of the map that's kind of blocking you from shooting that in from a long distance?
No, like by the goal.
By the
all
goal.
in the back.
Okay, I see what you're saying. All the way to the back where those... Okay, I got you. So they're not kind of expecting the ball to go over there, but you shoot there, you land on it, you break the walls, and it bounces people away, and you're able to shoot that ball right in there.
Basically.
Okay, that's good. I like that. Those are some good tips for some people first starting out with El Primo. I really like that. So let's say I've been playing El Primo. I play Brawl Ball, pretty good with Brawl Ball, pretty good with El Primo in there, and I'm kind of wanting to go from that good level to that really great level, or even to that pro level. What tips do you have to me wanting to do that with my El Primo?
Okay, so it's basically like the same thing, but there's a little bit more. So like when you get up and higher, you notice that like you notice the counters that can counter you. Shelly, Tara, like such as those two. But so you want to stay away from them, and like I said, you want to go to the squishy brawlers, like Nita, Poco, Jessie, like those.
Okay.
And
ones that aren't going to do a ton of like shotgun damage right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What you want to do is you want to punch and move back while you're shooting, so like you can get a couple shots in, try to get your super up, but without getting hit really.
Okay. So kind of defensively, you're just like trying to get in there, get a couple shots, go back behind the wall, hide behind there so that they don't actually hit you, and then you can like kind of go aggressively. Is that kind of what I'm saying there?
Basically, with your super, you could do way more than you want your super, basically. That's what's like the main thing.
So I think that what a lot of people struggle with El Primo is just trying to get up to where you need to be, getting onto those enemy brawlers, because they're because El Primo's range is just so short, and people basically everybody can outrange him. Like every single brawler in the game can. I'm just double checking. Yep, that is correct. Every single brawler outranges El Primo. What do you do to get close to people when you don't have your super?
When I don't have my super, if there's like some bushes or like I said the walls, I would basically on different maps. Pinhole punt, I would the two walls on the left and right, I would stay to the side of that.
Okay.
And then I would like keep moving back and forth and waiting for a time to like start pushing in on them. That's an easy way. Or I can just go through the middle grass and pinhole and go straight for like the squishy bars and get my super.
Yeah.
On backyard, it's tricky. You want to go like the left or right and try to use the wall. Like I think it's like at the top.
Okay.
And you can use that to go around. And then triple dribble, that's the easiest one from the start. You can just use any of the walls. You basically want to use the walls to get your super.
Okay. So use those walls to your advantage so you can kind of sneak around, avoid shots as much as possible, and then just try and get close. Yeah. So basically what you're saying is don't just go straight for the brawler. You gotta be sneaky with El Primo.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because Cole can destroy him.
Yeah.
Even if he's like low on, even if he has less health than him, he can easily destroy him up close.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. So let's go ahead. You talked a little bit about Brawl Ball. Obviously, Brawl Ball is like the best game mode to play with El Primo. Let's talk about quickly about the other game modes. Is El Primo usable competitively in Gem Grab?
The only map he's good in is Bone Box. Other than that, not really.
Okay, that's fair. How about single man showdown?
There's better options, but it's possible in Face or Famine.
Okay. How about duo showdown?
Okay, well, you could play any brawler really in duo showdown, but like there's way better options. I wouldn't really do that, but you could if you want to.
I think that's fair. You probably have to have a really good teammate to kind of help carry you a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Heist?
Not really, but it's possible in Kaboom Canyon or GG Coral.
Do you ever play him in Bounty?
Only in Terracotta Square, it's possible, the same map as Bone Box, but just Bounty. But the strategy on that is you want to go in like the middle. Normally in Gem Grab, you want to each get your side, but the only thing with Primo is on that map, you want two people want to go in the middle, and so you get like basically cut them off in the end. So
out of all of the Brawl Ball maps, is there any one particular Brawl Ball map that you avoid playing with El Primo, or do you basically just play him with on all three of them?
Wait, I play them on three, but the worst one I feel like is backyard because like of all the space.
There's a lot of space on that one. That makes sense. A lot of long range brawlers typically play on there as well, and then they just break all the walls. You have nowhere to cover or hide. Then pretty much struggles a little bit. Okay, cool. No, I like that. So you talked a little bit earlier about which brawlers like kind of counter Primo and which brawlers you want to go and target. When you're playing El Primo, you jump into a match, and which brawlers do you see and you're like, oh shoot, this is going to be a real struggle against El Primo? Like, who do you avoid?
Shelly's the main one. The shotgunner, Shelly and Bull, that's the main one.
Okay.
Tara, if she has her super, it's bad. Spike, it's possible if you get in their face, but like at a range, it's hard. Colt, the same thing. But yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
Frank's like a different thing though.
Yeah, talk about Frank, because he's kind of a similar boat with El Primo, where he's got so much HP, but doesn't do a ton of damage. What about Frank?
So basically with Frank, you want to get in his face, but if you go straight at him, you're gonna lose to him. He's gonna kill you.
Okay.
What you want to do is, like I said, use the walls to get in his face. Then once you get in his face, you get your super from him, and he also gets his super to Frank. But it's better that even though he gets it, you still get it. And sometimes Frank can counter Primo, and Primo can counter Frank. So it like goes back and forth.
Okay. Do you ever use your super to just run away from Frank if he's charging up his super, or
no?
Do you probably just use it right on him?
I would use it on him if I really want to.
Okay.
Actually, I mostly use it on, but I would never do that because that's just a waste.
Are there times when you would just use his super offensively to take out an enemy brawler when you don't have an opportunity to score, or do you always use your super to try and get a score in?
I do that sometimes to where, let's say I can see two brawlers next to each other, or even if it's just one, where I know I can't have close to my super back or can get my super back, I would do that. But like not if it's just by themselves. But if it's like a Tara, Shelly, or like other brawlers that like affect my teammates also, I would definitely do that.
Okay, so maybe there's a Tara that has her super up, and you're like, okay, we gotta go in for the attack, but she's got her super up. Okay, I like that. Tara is one of those ones you have to definitely watch out there because she can switch that. She can change that Brawl Ball match in a matter of seconds. Okay, so we talked about brawlers that kind of counter El Primo. What about brawlers that, as El Primo, you're like, oh yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be an easy match because we have these brawlers in here. Which brawlers does he counter?
It's like the squishy ones, or like the ones that need long reload speeds. So Brock's like the reload speed's pretty bad for him, so that's easy for me. Nita, up close I can destroy her, but like if I go straight on, she can kill me.
If she's poking you from a distance, then that's a struggle.
Yeah, that's a struggle. Yeah. Colt, it's the same thing for that. But the throwers, that's easy. Piper, obviously, just like the squishy brawlers, basically.
Yeah,
one other thing with Mortis, it's different. What I always do with Mortis when I see it, I know they always go for the ball, so I pre-shoot. Like I go close to the ball. I go up close to the ball, but I actually go to it. I just pre-shoot, and I close to my super, or even get my super from that off the bat.
Yeah, that's. Let's talk a little bit more about Mortis versus El Primo, because a lot of people say, those are the two main ball carriers that I would say that anybody's going to want on their team, either a Mortis or an El Primo, or you're just going with a 3 control type comp, which also does work in a lot of situations. What are the pros of El Primo over Mortis, or maybe vice versa?
Well, one big thing that goes into it is shot delay, which is huge. Shot delay is manageable with Primo. It's really hard with Mortis.
Okay.
And if you don't really know how to dribble with Mortis, that's a really bad thing. Like with Primo, you can know how to really know. Obviously, there's no dribbling, so you could just pass the ball on the wall and jump. Anyone knows how to do that. That's just basic.
Yeah.
Primo is easier than Mortis, I feel like.
Okay. Do you think that, let's say you've got a pro El Primo versus a pro Mortis, equal skill, which one wins over the other?
Depends how you play it. If I go straight. What I would do from the start, like I said, is I would go to the ball but shoot and try to kill them. I would know, since I know that like they're way better than other people, I would play a little bit different. I would play like to them basically. I would stick to them and make sure to get my super. Like they would probably go in for the ball, and I'd poke them a little bit. They'll probably go back. I'll just stick to them and make sure that they don't get away from me. Okay,
that makes sense, because I think that's a tricky one right there. Which brawlers, when you're playing with El Primo, who do you want your teammates to be? Like, what's the best comp with El Primo for Brawl Ball?
I would like to have a Tara, a Nita. Poco could be good too. Mortis is also good, so like I could play aggressive sometimes, and then he could be the ball carrier.
Yeah, kind of a dual ball carrier role there.
Yeah, it's honestly really good at comp. The Spike's good. Frank's good sometimes. It depends on the map, but Frank's good actually at all. And Bull can also work. It's not the best. But what you could do is you can super the Bull can. I take the ball on Primo, and the Bull can super it up on the wall, and I basically super it to him, and it works. Done it today. It worked pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so Bean, before we go ahead and end this video here, what additional advice would you give to anybody that's really wanting to improve their El Primo gameplay?
Okay, so don't hesitate to use your super or be afraid to use it. If you see a possibility where you can like either eliminate someone or get your super back, don't be afraid to do it. Just hesitation's the worst in Brawl Ball.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, and especially with El Primo, because a lot of times you're actually able to get in there and recharge your super fairly quickly.
Exactly.
The hardest part is just getting close to enemy brawlers, and the super kind of takes care of that.
Exactly.
Okay. Sweet. Hey, well, thank you so much for coming on the channel. Any shout outs or anything, any news you want to give to the people that are watching right now regarding what you got going on?
Well, actually, I started a YouTube channel a month ago. I haven't really posted. I posted 3 videos, but I'm looking to start that back up again. And then I would also like to give a shout out to my friends Omar, Kenny, and Vince for helping me out with this push.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, yeah, guys, make sure you go ahead and check out that video or that YouTube channel over in the description below this video. He's definitely going to be in there. You're definitely going to want to focus on following some of these top tier gameplay players on YouTube so you can see really the best strategies consistently. Hey, Off the Bean, thank you so much for jumping on the channel, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you go ahead and put in the comment section below which brawlers you're wanting to receive some more pro interviews with. And if you guys liked it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, you hit the like button as well. And depending on how well this video does, I'll go ahead and do some more pro interviews as well. For now, guys, this is KairosTime and Off the Bean ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.